From the steamy scenes we saw in the trailer to how this relates to their careers, here's how Tom Holland reacted to Zendaya's raunchy new movie. I think everyone's jaws were on the floor when the trailer dropped, because it featured some almost explicit scenes. Now, I can't imagine that Tom would be too happy about what he saw, but in case you haven't seen the trailer, how about I break it down for you real quick? The first trailer for the film dropped in June of 2023, and everyone immediately felt like something was off. That's mostly because of one particular scene, which shows Zendaya smooching two guys at the same time. Both of them are the main characters in the movie, and it seems like they'll be serving as her dual love interests. The way the scene goes down might make it even worse for her boyfriend to see. It starts with her asking the two men to join her on the bed, and they can't get there fast enough. After they sit next to her, she starts kissing both of them and encouraging them to smooch her on the neck. And towards the end of the scene, she lays back and gives them a sultry, encouraging smile. I think we all know what happens next, even if they don't show it on screen. So, is this movie all about the sex scenes, or is there an actual plot there? In a nutshell, yes, and it's actually a pretty interesting story, all things considered. Before we continue, spoiler alert for the plot of Challengers. But with that said, Zendaya basically plays a world-famous tennis star named Tashi Duncan, who starts the film at the top of her game. Think of her as someone like Serena Williams, a once-in-a-generation talent who was destined for greatness. But things don't last that way for long. At some point during the movie, she gets seriously injured and has to quit her playing career for good. She has to settle for coaching other people to greatness, and one of the people whose career she helps out is her husband, Art Donaldson, played by Mike Faist. Now, Art is apparently going through a bit of a rough patch in his career, so in order to help him get ahead, she pitches the idea to play against his biggest rival, Patrick Zweig, played by Josh O'Connor. But get this, Zweig happens to be Tashi's ex-lover, and he and Art have a pretty good relationship as well. In fact, their relationship is so good that they don't mind sharing Tashi's affections. Art is actually pretty chill about the whole thing. In one scene, he seems to be telling Patrick that he loves seeing him happy, even if that means having him get with his wife. But do you know who might not be okay with this arrangement? Tom Holland, that's who. And I mean, can you blame him? It can't be easy watching your girlfriend get all down and dirty with not one, but two guys. The internet definitely seemed to think it was a big deal. The film's already premiered in Sydney ahead of its April 26th wide release, and people's reactions have been taking social media by storm. Just head over to Twitter and you'll see what I mean. The memes have been pouring in, with most folks poking fun at Tom for the bedroom scene. A few of these comments even ventured into downright mean territory, saying that Tom won't be able to handle his girlfriend getting tag-teamed. To be fair, Tom's not the only one who might have a strong reaction to that scene. During a recent appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, Zendaya talked about watching the movie with her family.
Your family was gonna see those.
Yes, they have.
They did.
Basically, when those scenes were happening, I just was watching my family because they were behind me. So I just watched them the whole time. It was hilarious.
Did?
Yeah,
oh,
because
that's good.
They're starting and they're like, and then I see them slowly get more uncomfortable, and then they're like.
Now, it's kind of weird that she'd even do this, because I doubt anyone she's related to would want to see something like that. But hey, maybe her family works differently. The point is, she said her nieces started retching when they saw the scene.
My nieces.
Your nieces?
Yeah, they were just like,
oh yeah, right.
looking at.
Which makes a lot of sense. It's a super awkward situation to be in, and while these nieces were around 18, based on what Zendaya said, the fact that they were legal adults doesn't change how gross it can be to watch your aunt make out with two men. As for Tom, word on the street is that the scene made him mad and uncomfortable as well. There's no official word on this, of course, but the rumor mill won't stop churning, and it's easy to see how this scene would have rubbed him the wrong way. Like, can you imagine watching something like that? Anyone would feel a bit uneasy, and even though he's a world-renowned actor, Tom's still human at the end of the day. Jealousy is just not something you can control, and all those tweets mocking him probably aren't helping. As if that wasn't enough, Zendaya herself apparently loved filming the scene. Honestly, when you watch the way she acts, it's pretty clear that there's a lot of chemistry between these three, and it's not surprising that she loved all the attention. Now, in most cases, actors and actresses don't really relish the thought of intimate scenes. Getting all hot and bothered around your coworkers is bound to make things awkward, so it's actually pretty rare for someone to enjoy them this much. In Zendaya's own words, she felt like she was super lucky to have Mike and Josh O'Connor as her scene partners. But to be fair, it's not like she specifically loved the sexual aspect of the sequence. Rather, she just felt like the other actors had her back, and she loved the way the director approached those types of scenes as well. Just because something is sensual doesn't mean it's all about the dirty aspect of it. Sometimes those scenes actually add something to the film. They can be a way to express themes as well, but at the same time, people are worried that stuff like this might make them break up. This wouldn't be the first time that breakup rumors started swirling either. One of the more recent examples happened in January 2024, when Zendaya unfollowed every single account on her Instagram. That included Tom's account too, and it seemed like she was in some kind of post-breakup spiral for a second there. Thankfully, Tom set the record straight when a bunch of TMZ reporters asked him how things were going. To be specific, they asked if the rumors about him and Zendaya breaking up were true, and he straight up said they weren't.
Hey Tom, people are saying you and Zendaya are broken up. Can you clear that up?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not, right?
Before that, Zendaya conspicuously chose to skip the premiere of Tom's new show, The Crowded Room, which sent Tom-Daya shippers into a massive frenzy. Just like the January incident, Tom had to address the rumors, and he basically said that both he and Zendaya are busy people. She can't go to every premiere, especially when she has a career of her own to think about. Speaking of which, this whole controversy kind of has a lot to do with both of their careers. You see, stuff like this just comes with the territory if you're an actor. So if for some odd reason, Tom really does feel uncomfortable, he really has to get over it. It's acting after all, and this definitely won't be the last time Zendaya has to do stuff like this. But honestly, it also feels like this drama has been seriously overblown, both by Tom-Daya fans and the internet in general. It's not like this is the first time that Tom's had to see his girlfriend get it on with another guy. She had the lead role in that pandemic film, Malcolm and Marie, and the whole plot was about her and John David Washington's character having some relationship drama. And needless to say, things get pretty steamy between them a couple of times. If Tom had had a problem with that, he would never have okayed Zendaya doing another scene like it. That just goes to show, he has no say in what she does, nor should he. And on top of that, he probably doesn't even have a problem with it in the first place. But what do you think? Is Tom secretly annoyed that Zendaya got it on with two guys? Or is he as chill as he appears to be? So, from the way their career makes it inevitable, to the intense scenes in the trailer that started it all, this was Tom Holland's reaction to Zendaya's raunchy new movie.